Hello, welcome back to Headlong Hunt. Yeah, I really haven't thought about dealing with these intros yet because this is like a new series. Uh, but yeah, still does not feel very natural for me to say, but it's okay. We're now here at Grass 12, working with grass, and so we'll deal with the rest of these grass levels today, maybe. Let's do this. Alright, so grass. We've learned a few new interesting properties about grass. In particular, when the monster, or whatever it's called, is in grass, it will only run from you if you're right beside it. Interestingly, if you are in grass, it will not though, and you can then shove it over. So, alright. I think to start, I have to do this. That's forced. I can't push it down and then move over because that gets it to go away. So that. The only way to get down here is from here. So if I did this and that, I can't really go behind it, I see. Okay. So what do I actually want to do for it? I can't really get it here, because even if I did, I'll need to stand here to push it towards the right. And then you go on the top of it. So, really? Okay. Could do this. I wonder what these are for. I can push it around. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, maybe. Maybe it's a good thing. Like, if I were to do this, I can push it up. Oh, okay. Okay. Looks maybe useful-ish? Not really. Alright, so I think this setup over here and this setup look very similar. Okay. So actually, what I maybe want is this. I can push it up. No. I could do this sort of thing. I don't know if that's really what I want though. I guess if I could get... Is there any other way for it to get here? I don't think even from this grass it will work. I think it has to be from above. And therefore has to be from here. It can't really stop me in any other spot. Except there. I still haven't figured out how to go around it though. Without actually not scaring it. So I can't really pull it behind me, can I? No, not really. I don't know what the main idea of this puzzle really is asking me to do. It means I can do that. But let's say I did that here. If I went around the back like this, I could get it down to this spot. Which, you know, may not be a bad idea. I'll first have to get it here without breaking this grass though. That is also kind of a challenge. No, you know what I could do? I could get it here. And then push from the left. Actually, to get something out, I can do that sort of thing. This actually gets it to be moved one down from this pair of grass. So in actuality, it's also possible to get the monster to be sort of on the two opposite ends of each pair. As long as I can get them into the neighboring grass. Meaning I need somehow to get it to this grass without breaking the other grass behind it. That does sound like kind of a challenge though, to be fully honest. But that sounds like what I want. Okay, so actually I think I see what I do here. I have to push you up here and over. This allows me to push you up into that row and then around like this. Then I can do this. And then I can do this. Alright, and actually, I said before that even if landing here didn't get the monster to be in the cage, it would still work. I didn't say that, but I realized it would still work because I can use the exact same trick. And shove it over by one. Cool. Alright, good idea. Alright. Let's do grass 13. You can see at the very corner here. I mean, I think it's pretty hard to see here, but it is there, so yes. Okay, I just need to get it to move upwards. Okay. This is an issue. Okay, if I could get it to... Okay, ideally, I want it to be in this grass and me to be underneath. If it were in this grass right here, I wouldn't be able to go down without scaring it away. If it were in this grass, I wouldn't be able to scare it up at all. So ideally, it's here. How would that work? How would that work, actually? Why is there so much grass everywhere else, actually? Could I actually get it up here if I wanted to? I don't think so. Can I get a weird push to occur? Like, okay, let's say I got rid of... I don't like that I get rid of this middle grass. Actually, I can actually do... No, not really. This is not good, but works to get this down. Can't do this and see what happens with that. That definitely fails actually, so I don't actually want to do that. Okay, so this allows you to break this grass, which is good. I can now get it there. The issue with this is that I can't actually get it here. So in reality, I want it to be a bit higher up. I want to get here without scaring you by doing this. Is there any better way I could have done this? If I could save this grass somehow. But how would I do that? I don't see any feasible way to do so. I don't even know if saving that grass would do anything for me. Also, why is this grass over here? What does it prevent? Or what does it help me with? I guess this? Maybe that's fine actually, yeah, maybe. Maybe what I want to do is... scare you downwards. Like that. Ah, and... if I were to first remove this grass... then I could do that push thing with these two grasses. Can push down, and I can leave. That's what this grass is for. Is to make sure this doesn't run away while I go around it. Ooh, okay. So actually what I prefer to do is go around the back the other way. Push it up, and we're done. Okay, utilizing that pair of grass trick. I do like that this tutorializes it very strongly. It uses that same trick over and over, and basically you get 0 progress until you actually understand what the trick is, so... cool, I like that. Let's see if we can do anything else here. I see a lot of rows of grass that could be useful. This is very interesting though, I really don't understand how this could really be saved in any other way. I can push it onto water, that's not something I think I've done before. That seems actually pretty decent. I can get it to go around. Around is not good though. I can not get this grass to be gone. But I don't know how it push you otherwise. Because after doing this, well, I suppose I can go around and scare it into the grass down here. Yeah. What's my goal again? To push it down here. So, yeah, actually this seems okay. I just need to push you down by shoving this way. I can move right though, and moving up scares you away. Okay, so actually what I want is to save one of the grass. If I could get... maybe this is fine? No. I can shove you in other directions, technically speaking. I can shove you upwards. I don't know if that's a great thing or not. Doesn't look very good. Oh, no. It's doable. Yep, this works. I can go around the back of this grass, scare you over, scare you down, and scare you left. That just work. Okay. Misleading. But alright. Cool, these two extras are done. Let's move on. We now have these pushable blocks as well. Speaking of, yeah, these pushable blocks can just be pushed around. Okay, let's read the lore. It has been proposed that a species... What? Oh, I got an achievement for reading 10 lore pages. It has been proposed that a species' rich orange color is due to a chemical present in the diet. The desolate landscape presents very few candidates, however, so what that diet may be is unknown. Could be carrots. Carrots contain a thing called carotene, which I know suspiciously sounds like the word carrot. I think that's funny. Okay. So what I need to do, I seem to want to push you into this row. Is that even doable? Well, for one, I sort of want to scare you maybe here. Because I can scare you upwards. So maybe now... What happens if I scare you this way? I can't push you against the block. Can't really push the block up because it just falls into water, doesn't do anything. Can't really do that. So no. However, I can do this to walk around the back of you. I don't know if that's important in any way. Doesn't really let me get up into the second row though. I do want this guy to be in the second row. Actually, I want to see if I have any special gameplay options just to... Nah. Alright. I was distracted. What else is good? Actually, you know what? No, scaring you against this wall here, if I could do this. Hit you against here and then over. Maybe good. Actually, that might be even easier as long as I can get you into here first. So, okay, what I want to do is scare you over. I want to get into this grass. So I can do that by doing this. I just need this block to act as a backstop against you. So this block is the one that's going to allow me to enter here. And that should be it. There you go. Cool. That was not that hard. I don't know why I made it that complicated, but yes. Alright, free block. It looks like I'm gonna get rid of you. No. Yes? I don't know. It looks like the issue with now is that if I were to scare you in the expected method, I will be unable to scare you to the right. However, the only way to really stop you is by going rightwards. So it appears that I want to get rid of you first, at the very bottom. There's a weird thing. I can't really the water sort of creeps up over the ice here. I don't know if that's an intentional design or something, but that's what it looks like to me. If this happens, then the method wouldn't really work because you can't really stop in this position. I can't really put a block down to stop you or anything either. I can put a block in grass. It kind of goes behind the grass and then glitches back in. It looks almost like I want to stop you against a block in this position. But I need to first stop you... Okay, I can see how that's done then, maybe. So I will first scare you this way. Yeah, I'm actually gonna scare you this way and then this way. That is kind of a mistake. Okay. What if I started out by scaring you in this column maybe? I mean, okay, doing anything else kind of sucks here. It just gets scared away. So no, I think the first move still has to be into the grass. Actually, just to make things easier for myself, let's get rid of this grass first. Because I know we won't need it. I can scare into the first grass. If I did this... that's interesting, but I don't think it's really that good. If I did the other way around, where I did this first and scared you, the same issue kind of still occurs, isn't it? I have to skip one of these grasses, I think. Okay, I can do that. By simply doing this and then going around there. That skips one of the grasses. And I wanted to skip one of the grasses because... Well, because I wanted to go around the back. Doesn't really help though. Okay. I don't know how else I could do this. Doesn't help me with anything. Well, it allows me to do something like this. That's really interesting. Not there. Maybe here. I know this grass would be useful if it were one to the right, left. But it's why I then contemplated moving this one to the right. Because I could go around the back without really doing anything for it. Yeah, actually that just works. I can push this away, and that scares you there. I still thought I had to push down one further, but I didn't have to. I just miscalculated. Alright, let's move on. This is grass 17. Alright, more lore. Although some of the region's rock formations are of utility to scientists, be it to hide behind or cause collisions, the purpose of many walls seem purely aesthetic. I mean, that's how rocks... Well, what? No. What? Rocks don't exist for puzzle solving, I don't think. So okay, so now what this is saying is that some of these rocks might not actually be of any use to us. It looks like this rock is useful though. It is the only one that is close enough to be able to, you know, have a monster collide with it. And also I can put this pink block over here to scare the monster block this way. Okay. So definitely what it appears to be that I want to do is maybe do this and get it up there. Okay. I think maybe it would have been better to have a collision occur, right? So actually, I want to get it here first. I want one of the shoving things to happen. And I can get that to work out for me. By doing this, now I can shove. And actually, shoving lets me get it to here. This is actually why I want to shove it, because I want to shove it to the left here to push it downwards. So I need to have the block be here. I need to shove it over and then scare it down. And into there. I can now shove that. This block now needs to go all the way here. No, wow. Here, to act as the blocker. And now I can shove you over here. Ah, not yet, not yet. I can't go around you without scaring you away. So this block still has to go somewhere first. This block has to act as another blocker. I suppose a blocker... A blocker to the bottom sounds kind of unusable though. A blocker from the top may be more useful. But I can't really retrieve the thing once gone. Yeah, and even then wouldn't really help. Okay, so... this might not be the end of the story just yet. Go one higher. Could do this and go around the back. This block is kind of still an issue. Actually, you know what? It would simply be a lot more useful if the block were here, because I could just use the block like this to act as a blocker. There you go. Alright, now to get the block in its actual position. I just cannot stand here, but that's actually very easy. Oh, I can't do that either. Okay. This is not good. I have to take this route. Okay. Not challenging, but funny that, you know, that has to happen. Alright. There you go. Cool. Alright, grass 18. Now on water, I can go around you and Maybe if the block were here, that is kind of a waste of a block. I can scale you into that grass if I wish. It is a waste of a block though. In fact, that block must probably stand here. Yeah, if the block were here, I can scale from above. Okay. Okay. I can do this sort of thing, and actually, yeah, this might actually work very well. I don't think I need the grass anymore. That is a problem. Actually, hold on. Let me look at this again. This keeps the grass intact, which is interesting. Also, there's this whole section here that I can't really understand. When this gets it here. And I can do that without scaring the... I can do that without scaring the monster. So maybe this is what that area is for? Yeah, I guess if I did this, it would scare away the monster. If I did this, it wouldn't. Okay. So I think our only issue now is to sort of... not scare the monster. This does scare it, unfortunately. Because I can't really block myself. Oh no, I can. What? Wait, we're done. Wait, no, because I can't go... No, I can't... What? I'm so confused. I don't know why I thought this would fail. But no, this very clearly works. I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing that, but sure. Hey, more lore. In the days before synthetic rubber, enterprising hunters thought to make all manner of goods from the animal's springy hides. A reputation for cowardice among wearers of the material soon brought this practice to an end. Reputation for cowardice. Really? I mean, I guess the monsters are sort of afraid. But I find it interesting that translates to the wearers as well. That's very interesting. Okay. Looks like I wanted to put the block there and then scare it up. That's not good. Not like that. Okay. Okay, I can do this though. This gets it around. Let's scale you over and scale you up. Alright, that was not challenging at all. Sure. We have more. Wow! And this goes up as well. I wonder where that goes. But we have 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26 grass totals total. Grass what? Grass levels total. Jeez, I am tired. Alright, well, let's keep moving, I guess. Alright, what is this going to teach us? This should be something new, maybe? I can't go around you, that scares you. I can scale you down. This is kind of a very risky setup though. I can't really get you back up anymore. So no. I guess our best option is to push you away. That's kind of... No, I can do this now. Okay. Can I still do that? I suppose so. If the block were maybe... Yeah, I can go around you. Okay, so what I actually want is I want this block here. I want to go around you, and this allows me to do something... It allows me to use the push mechanism, yes? No? Okay, so this is bad because... This is bad because I can't go around you now to get that block up. So it's more like I want this block to be below. That is interesting. If that were true, then this... Well... I guess... No. That is very interesting. How do I get this block to be down there? Because if we're down here, then it clearly wouldn't work. It has to be above, otherwise I wouldn't be able to retrieve it. But if it were above, then I can't really get back down. I can just do that, alright. Sorry, I, again, did not realize that that block was pushable, I guess. I don't know. Grass 21. So now the idea of using blocks to prevent a monster from flying out of it. Okay. I have a few options. I can just walk through one of these. I can go above one of these. I suppose I'll start by not disturbing the monster. Doing this lets me get the block out. Not sure that's a great idea. But okay. I can potentially scare... I can't get around the monster from the back though. That's interesting. It does feel like to get this block to do anything useful, I have to come from the top path here. Which is interesting. Because once I do... okay. I guess if I left that grass empty, I can actually pass through with the block. And then that block itself can be used. Ooh. That's not good. I don't want to waste a third grass though, because now where's it gonna stop? Wait, hold on. The block appears, okay, like, just straight up before anything happens here, it appears that the block can be pushed up like this to stop the monster. I can just stand here to get the monster out. The problem is that I can't really get that to happen, because that block has to act as a blocker from here. Right? Or... Oh. Okay, well, another thing I could maybe possibly do is... Not much, I can do that. But I can't really get around you and push you from the back though. Because I would push you out like that, so... No. So I suppose it is still a problem. Okay. If I did scare the monster downwards, I can do that in one of two ways. This way kind of doesn't really work out for me. I don't like that. Yeah, this is very incorrect, looks like. I suppose actually, you know what, I can just leave from here. That's actually a lot easier for me, I think. Because I do want one of those squares to be empty. So actually what I want to do is this, followed by this, and then probably this. No, I want to be able to scare the monster right. So there needs to be an empty space on my... I need to scare it left, so it needs to be an empty space on my right, which means that this has to be unused. I have to use these tiles instead. Yep. Okay, we find another issue. Somehow we keep meeting issues, but it's fine. Is it fine? I said I could leave one of the grasses by going around the back as well, but then I want the thing to be stuck here and nowhere else. If I were to do this, it'll be stuck there, which then leads to another issue. Which is, I can't get it to be scared left. Maybe it's not that hard if I... I can't really scare it upwards. Doesn't look right again. I really want it to be staying in this square though. Can do that, but the block kind of gets stuck. This doesn't work. It's almost as if... Well, what is it almost as if? I don't know why it's almost as if. But honestly, if that were even true, right, I could just leave. I could do this kind of thing. That's very interesting, but it doesn't really help me. Why do I want to do this? Oh, I want to scare it this way, yeah. I don't really see how... Yeah, what? No, this just does not work. It has to be something that, you know, looks like... It has to be a situation in which... Well, if I'm to assume that the mechanic of the previous level is used here... Which, I don't even know how I would do that. I don't even know how I would do that. Maybe scaring it to the left is not a good idea. How else can I scare it though? Maybe if I did this. Tried scaring it this way. Doesn't really work. No, I don't think it does. Could I have done anything else? Like, could I at the very start have done something already? That's our best bet, but it doesn't look like it does anything for us. I can't really get the block out if that happens. Our other option is this, which definitely just fails. So like, besides that, I mean, what is this grass for though? Why would this grass exist, I guess, is my next important question. Ah, I was thinking, if this were here, I wouldn't be able to walk underneath to scare it upwards, but I could if this pink block were here, and that utilizes the mechanic that was taught to us in the previous level. Okay. So we don't get rid of that grass first. In reality, I almost sort of wanted to be stuck in this grass and I push it away. What? Yeah, but how would I do that? Okay, well, it's fine. I'm pretty sure that there are other options. Are there? Are there other options? Not really other options. I do want it to be here though, right? Like, this looks good. It's just that I don't really understand how... Okay, you know what else looks good? Emptying that is actually probably fine. And I want to do that while pushing the block up. That seems like the most efficient way to use that grass. Can now go around you and scare you into that. This doesn't look good, but it actually is because I can scare you down from there. Scare you over. Now I can use this to block here so I can go around it and scare it up. Aha! And that is how you use that mechanic. Okay, very nice. I did not think of that, but sure. Alright, more lore. Never have researchers observed apparently docile creatures display any kind of aggression. Regardless, it is speculated that the species is highly territorial, which may explain why their population per island rarely surpasses 1. Rarely, huh? Could there eventually be multiple monsters per level? That's a very interesting idea. Okay, so I have to do this. I can do a shove like that. I don't know if that's useful or not. But generally, I think the next best move is this. I'll go to get it here and then maybe... Well... Okay, I can get it here but I can't scare it away. The best thing to do is to put a block here, empty the grass and get it to get stuck here without any grass. Okay. Can't just do this. That would scare it away. Can't just do this. That would scare it away. Shove. Is a shove valid? Shove is not valid, but could be useful. I wouldn't say it's that useful. I can push this up, but that's... Ah, it doesn't because it's in grass. This is a shove that can be useful, or a shove that just exists. Okay. I think what I would like to do is... I need to scale towards the right so you can go up here, right? Yes, okay, so what I would like to do is... I think maybe this? I can't really scare you away now. So that's where the mechanic comes in, yes? I have to block using this block here to get around you. Okay. That looks slightly scary, but actually I think it's fine. Yeah, it is fine. Because the grass manages to conceal perfectly. Alright, good enough. Okay. Couple more. Do you think I have time to do those? If I rush them, I could, theoretically. We could try. Maybe I'll do this level and then we'll see what lies above. And then if we don't have any more time, we'll just end the video here. Alright, let's do this. Grass 23. This block probably has to go here and skate downwards. That's not good at all. This looks like our best option. What is this teaching us? Using grass covered blocks. I don't want to do that, so maybe I'll go down here. Ah, this allows me to leave like this, out of its line of sight. Okay. I do sort of want to get it to be here though, so it's almost like... I don't know. I guess I could do this and scare it over. Actually, yeah, that's very useful. That's all there is to it. Okay. Cool. Scared. Alright, let's just take a peek on what's above. Locked. We need something else. Probably the previous section over here. Like, there was a very, very long section ago where we split off. Yeah, there's a top section with new music as well. But yeah, we're kind of dealing with the grass first. Alright, that was quick. Let's see if we can do these levels. Maybe. These do seem a bit tougher, so maybe these will take us quite a while. Actually, yeah, I don't really want to risk overrunning, so I might just end off the video having solved the previous level. Yep, I think I'll just end it off here. Cool, we made quite a lot of progress today. Didn't manage to finish the didn't manage to finish, but it's fine. The section, but it's fine. Alright, I think that's gonna be all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.